going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in again. So I just wanted to make a quick video today about the differences between a 1SS and a 2SS. Those of you that don't know, the price difference between a 1SS and a 2SS is $5,000. I'm gonna give you guys like everything you really get for $5,000, because like I said, to me, there's things that I use obviously more than others, and that I feel that I get a really good bang for my buck, that I would still get it regardless. And to be honest, I would even say that you guys can, try to negotiate with your dealer, because it is $5,000 more, but I was able to negotiate with my dealership, and I was able to get everything a 2SS comes with for $3,500 more. So they were able to take off some of the price, and again, to me, honestly, I would have paid the $5,000. I didn't want them to know that, but I honestly would have paid it. But the fact that I was able to get a discount on top of that, to me, it was a no-brainer. I was like, okay, I definitely need to get this car. So I just really wanted to go over the list and really tell you guys out of everything here, what it is that I use the most and what I feel really helps out. So I had mentioned the ventilated seats. I live in Miami. Even right now it's 95 degrees outside. It's hot as fuck all the time. It's either hot as fuck or it's raining. And then when it rains, it's like bipolar, and the sun comes out and it's hot as fuck again. So to me, that was definitely a must. Working all day, I auto start my car, and by the time I get into my car, my leather is nice and cold. It's nice. Like it's nice. I've had leather before, and it'll be in the sun all day, and my ass will literally burn by the time I get in the car. So I feel like that, like I said, that's one of the things that I benefit from the most. Okay guys, so moving on to the next thing, definitely this camera right here. So I do have a rear view mirror, if you move it back, but you really can't see much out of it. So I just have it on to this camera here all the time, and it's the best thing ever. I've never really had much problems with visibility in my Camaro, because I did have a V6, so I was kind of used to it already. But this camera is like amazing. I don't even look at these mirrors. Like, I just look at that mirror all the time when I'm switching lanes. Just even when I'm driving, like, sometimes where I'm speeding and I'm looking back to see if I see any cops on me, like, that is the best thing ever. And you can even zoom it in, zoom it out, move it up, move it down, or whatever you want to do. It is the best thing ever. Like, I didn't even know that this was a thing in cars. Like, I thought that was pretty cool. So the next thing, again, with the visibility, it's not the worst, but it's also not the best. I mean, it is a sports car, so I understand that. But my particular, like the 2SS's come with blind spot monitoring. So if you guys, I don't know if you guys can see it, but that right there, that will light up if I'm next to a car. Like if there's a car to my left and I can't switch lanes, that will light up, and then it also start beeping at you. Again, I think that's great, because at the end of the day, it's a safety feature. That's not necessarily a stupid one that you won't use. I sometimes I'll be trying to switch lanes really fast, and I will notice there's a car next to me, and then it starts beeping, or the light will be on and I know I can't switch lanes. Again, I just feel like that's something that will make your life a little bit easier. So you don't have to be like looking back and shit like that whenever you want to switch lanes. It just makes it easier. And then again, with the safety features, I personally dislike this one, but I think it's a really good safety feature to have. And as I've mentioned before, I'm pretty sure it does lower your insurance. But the collision control, so there is a way you can take it off. It's this button right here on the steering wheel. So I'm gonna show you guys so you can see it. You see, there's a way to where like it literally won't do it until you're like on top of the car, or you can just turn it off. But you do have to do that every time you turn on the car, which I think is annoying. And when you're driving, like it just pops up, and it starts like the windshield, like the middle of the windshield, it has like a little red sign on it, and like it starts beeping. Even if you're playing music or anything like that, like it'll shut off your music and it'll just like put that, which that's why I really hate it. And when I'm switching lanes, like sometimes I have to get closer to the car in front of me, and then it'll start beeping. So I personally don't like that, but I feel like it's a really good feature to have, because let's say you're texting or you're dozing off or anything like that, it'll literally stop the car for you. So again, it's just another safety feature that's really nice that this car has, that it doesn't come on the 1SS. And then another thing that I had already mentioned was the heads-up display. I honestly love the heads-up display. The different options that you get, I'll show you guys now, like the different options you can do with it. It's pretty cool. You can also change, the different options you have on it. So here it shows G-force, your miles per hour, whatever gear you're in, and your RPM. You can switch it to just your miles per hour. You can do whatever song you're listening to, whatever direction you're driving in. I think that is one of the coolest things ever that this car has. Again, I didn't even know until like I started really looking into the 2SS. I didn't even know that the 2SS had it. I thought it was something only that the vets had, which I would see it on vets all the time, and I'd be like, man, that is so cool. And like, you know, I think it's the S550 from the Benz. I know there's a few Benzes that have it. I know the M4 has it. So like even the fact that those cars have it and then the Camaro has it, I thought was pretty awesome. I honestly do use it. I rarely look down. I just look at my windshield, and I mean, it tells me everything I need there. You know, whenever I put in Intratronic and I'm switching gears, it tells you what gear I'm in, what my RPMs are, my G-force, miles per hour. That's really all I need. You know, I hardly ever look at my gas unless I'm like running low. I mean, I do look at my temperatures every now and then to make sure my car's not overheating, but besides that, everything you pretty much need to see is on your windshield. And even if you wanted to switch it to, you know, let's say your music, for example, and, you know, just be switching songs, you can even just be looking there and just be switching songs with that. So I feel like it's awesome. Like, it's a super cool thing, and at night it looks awesome to be driving with that. And anybody who sat in my car, because I don't let anybody drive my car, but for the people who have sat in my car and have seen it, they think it's super cool. So that's something that I'm like, you know, kind of proud that my car has and I love. And even you know, the next thing is the ambient lighting. So again, I'm going to show you guys a clip of how the ambient lighting works. So you can pick the different colors you want. You can do single colors, or you can do colors that have, you know, 2 colors in one. There's also a demo mode that you can do that it will just start doing all the different colors at once. You know, every couple of seconds it gives you a different color. So again, the same thing. To me, the ambient lighting is one of the best things ever also that I really, really love. I think that it's cool that anybody who's ever sat in my car has always complimented that, and they think it's super cool. And just that's just regular, you know, they just see the lights and they think it's cool. But once you actually start, you know, changing the colors off of it, they think it's super cool too. And I personally get bored, you know, like I like the fact that I can change, you know, my options here. I can change what I'm looking at. I can change the lights on my car, because, you know, if let's just say I had just red lights on it, I think I would honestly get bored of it and, you know, kind of be over it. But the fact that I can change different colors, so throughout the day I'll put a color that pops throughout the day, and then at night I'll put different colors, I think that's pretty cool. And then even the fact that it has the demo mode that you can put all the different colors is also pretty cool. And I personally love luxury cars, but I hate how slow they are. Like, I'm still in a point in my life where I want to have a fast car, and I enjoy driving a fast car. So the fact that, you know, I have leather seats, I have ambient lighting, I have a heads-up display, I feel like those are all things that kind of make a sports car, and it gives you a little bit of that luxury taste, which I honestly love. Because if I honestly had to pick one, I wouldn't be able to. You know, eventually down the road, yeah, I'll probably just get a regular luxury car. But now, you know, that I still wanted to have a fast car, to have a taste of both worlds is pretty awesome to me. Right, and then the next thing, so the Bose sound system. So again, this is something that I hated in my V6 Camaro. When I had the regular speakers on it, I would put, I guess, I would say like 3/4 of my volume. Whenever I would put it any higher than that, it would sound terrible. Like, for some reason the bass was, I don't know, I don't know what it was, but it would just sound terrible. And to me, it wasn't loud. Like, I hated that. I honestly felt like if I was in a truck, you know how trucks, like, the speakers aren't really that loud? That's exactly what I felt like in my Camaro, which I kind of hated. Because yes, most of the time, I would say probably, not even most of the time, I would say like sometimes I just like to listen to my car and that's it. But I'm really, really into music, so, you know, if there's a new album that comes out or a new dope song, you know, I love blasting that shit and just listening to it super, super loud, literally loud enough that I'll be at a light and the cars around me can hear it. Like, it's that loud, even with my windows up. Like, the sound system is awesome. Again, having a V6 and having, you know, just the stock speakers to not having the Bose sound system, I can definitely appreciate it and say that that's one thing that I definitely love that my car has. And again, to me, that's something else that makes it well worth it. All right, guys, so then pretty much those were, I kind of separated the list of things. So all of the ones that I just talked about now are really the ones that I would say I use the most. And those are kind of like the ones I already had an idea for when I was getting the car that I was going to get. Now, these other ones I feel like are a little bit more hidden, that you really won't know it until you've had the car for a little bit and you actually like are able to see it. So again, these are also kind of stupid, but to me, I feel like it's still, you know, you get a good bang for your buck with these things also. So the climate control, again, in my V6 I didn't have that. So to show you guys what I'm talking about, you know, here you can adjust the AC to whatever you want, and then the passenger can adjust their AC also. Like I've articulated before, you know, if you have a girlfriend or, you know, you're just riding with somebody that's cold, you don't have to suffer. I before would have a fight all the fucking time, and I would have to compromise or like, you know, turn off the AC for a few minutes and then turn it back on, which is super annoying. So This is the best thing ever. Again, this is something that I've seen mainly only in luxury cars, so the fact that a sports car has it, I think is pretty awesome. And it's also the same thing with my steering wheel and my seats, so I can also heat my steering wheel. I think I've only used that one time, and it was like a day that it was like 30 degrees here. Super shocking. I couldn't even believe it. But I remember when the guy was actually selling me this car, he told me that that was one of the things that this car had. And I remember I started laughing at him because I was like, dude, like, we live in Miami, I'm never gonna use that shit. And then there was one day that it was super cold and I actually used it, and I thought about that guy. I'm like, wow, he was right. I did use it one time. But the same thing with the seats. They're heated and cooled seats, so if you guys live somewhere where it actually does get cold and you guys actually experience winter, then that's something worth looking into, because that's gonna help you out when it's 20 degrees outside and you sit in your car and it's nice and warm. That definitely helps out. Even aside from the steering wheel, my mirrors are also heated, so it's pretty cool, because if it's cold outside, again, it's never cold here, but if it's cold outside, you don't have to worry about your mirrors being all frosty and shit and you can't see anything. Since they're heated, it'll just take that right off and it'll be good. They're also auto dimming, which I had no idea was even a thing until I had this car. So pretty much what that is let's say I have somebody behind me and they're like fucking shining their light in my mirrors. That used to happen to me all the time in my other Camaro, because obviously they're low to the ground. So if you have a truck or anything like that behind you, that shit is just beaming in your mirrors and you're just, you can't even look at your mirrors. With this car, I don't know how it does it. I think I don't know, I could be talking shit. I think it's a tint that it has, because I have noticed that sometimes my mirrors are a little bit darker, like when I'm driving at nighttime. I think that's what it does, that it like tints them a little bit, so it kind of blocks out the light. Again, it's something stupid, but I feel like it's pretty cool that the car has that also. And then also, so this one I think is pretty cool, and I have seen people that actually spend money on this. Thankfully mine came with it. So it's the seal plates right here. Again, you don't really appreciate this until you've had a car that doesn't have it, and then you have one that does have it. So to me, that's something again that I feel that it's pretty cool that this one has it. And again, at nighttime, it just looks so cool, and it's just really, really nice. Like, it's a nice little detail the car has, that you open the door and you see the seal plates right there, and then you see the ambient lighting, the leather seats. It's just a nice little touch that the car has also. All right, guys, so that's all I have for this video. Personally, if you guys are in the market and you guys are between a 1SS and a 2SS, I will always recommend the 2SS. It's mind-blowing to me that I got all of these extra features for $3,500 more. Like, it blows my mind. Again, with the first half of the video that I did, if all I had was that, I would have been perfectly fine with it. And the fact that I got double the features that I thought I was gonna get, to me, definitely made it worth it. I know there's some people that don't agree, there's some people that don't care, but me, that I love luxury cars and I love having a fast car also, like, to me this is like a perfect car to have. And I have yet to get bored of it. Like, I love my car. I daily it, so I have yet to get bored of it. I love it. My Camaro, I was kind of getting over it, and I was honestly, before I got this car, I was honestly in a place where I was like, you know what, like, I might not even get a sports car anymore, because I miss having leather seats. I miss having a nice sound system. I miss all those little things. Even the ambient lighting. If I can have a car that had that was luxury and not a sports car, I would still get it. But just things like that I missed, and the fact that my car has it, like, I honestly love it. I know it's $3,500. If you guys aren't able to hustle your dealer, it's $5,000. All I hear all the time is, that's money you can spend on mods and stuff like that, which I completely get. I completely understand that. But to me, that I daily my car, I didn't buy this car to fucking turn it into a NASCAR. Like, at the end of the day, this is my daily driver. Yeah, I want to make it fast. Yeah, I want to do mods to it. I want to make it look nice. But at the end of the day, like, I do want to enjoy the time I spend in my car. And I want to have a car that I'm not going to get bored of, 3 months down the road and want to get another car, or be like, damn, I wish my car had this, I wish my car had that. Since I had a V6 Camaro, like, I used to bitch about the seats all the time. All these things that I have now, I used to complain about. So I knew for a fact that I wanted a 2SS. So yeah, guys, I would definitely recommend a 2SS over a 1SS, but that's just my personal preference. If you guys want to spend that extra money on mods, that's up to you. But I would definitely say it's well worth the money, especially if you're able to negotiate it. Even if you don't, it's well worth the money. So thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys enjoy the video.